Amazing psychology professors for everything you've done for me, and for my mom for always being there for me. Muchas gracias, mami, esto es por ti. Y por todas mis amigas, to my berries, you know who you are, and to my amazing boyfriend and my baby Leandro.
Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, my sister and my grandparents.
I would like to give a special thanks to my parents, my sister, my brother-in-law for just sticking by me through the last 4 years of my life. I really enjoyed the moment. I had some really great and interesting times, and now this journey has come not necessarily to an end, but it's also a beginning.
Congratulations, class 2014. We made it. Woo!
I'd like to thank my husband, Clay, for putting me through school, paying my tuition. Thanks for those deep pockets, babe. I'd like to thank my kids for eating Hamburger Helper for 4 years when I didn't have time to fix them an adequate meal. And I'd like to thank my sister for proofreading my papers and my graphing calculator. Without y'all, I'd be nowhere.
All right, I just want to thank my parents and siblings for being there for me for all 4 years of college here at Georgia State. I want to thank the University Welcome Center, the 1913 Society, and Chandler Brown. And I want to thank everyone else who has helped me along the way to succeed at Georgia State University. Thanks, and go Panthers.
Hello, I'm Sean Mitchell. I'm graduating with a BBA in accounting, the J. Mac Robinson College of Business. Congratulations to all of the graduates of the class of 2014, and go Panthers, we made it.
I would like to thank my support system, my family, my friends, my most supportive boyfriend for dealing with me through those most stressful times at night.
Thank you to all my family, my friends, study buddies, faculty and staff, and everyone else who has got me here today and has made my college experience what it is. Shout out to Alpha Omicron Pi!
Congratulations, class of 2014.
We did it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 100th commencement at Georgia State University. At this time, please welcome the fall class of 2014. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Georgia State University Faculty Procession. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the platform party. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the national anthem, performed today by Antoine Griggs of the Georgia State University School of Music.
What so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare upon bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You may be seated at this time. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 7th President of Georgia State University, Dr. Mark Becker.
Thank you. I think you can tell from that rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner that we have an amazing voice program at Georgia State University. Well, good afternoon and welcome to our 100th Georgia State University commencement. You all are part of the 100th commencement, historic moment, and it's a pleasure to have so many parents, relatives, and friends in attendance today. Graduates, a university commencement is one of the most meaningful events in which anyone can participate. And I expect that all of you are feeling exhilarated and proud. Well, the entire Georgia State University family is equally proud of you. It is my pleasure at this time to introduce a number of the members of the platform party. Will the following please stand? The officers of the university. Thank you. The university's deans. Thank you. Mr. Brad Farrer, Chair of the Georgia State University Foundation Board. Mr. Kurt Travis, President of the Georgia State University Alumni Association Board. And graduates, one of your own, Mr. Lanier Henson, President of the Student Government Association and today's Mace Bearer. Thank you. Please join me in giving one more collective round of applause for all these members who do so much for our university community. And you know this, to graduate great students, we depend upon an outstanding faculty. And with us today are faculty members representing the faculty body here at the university, as well as emeriti faculty. Will all faculty members and emeriti present please stand so you may receive our recognition. Thank you for your support of these students. And a number of our graduates today have served our country in the armed forces or soon will. Will all of our student veterans please stand so we may recognize you for your service? Thank you. Well, at this time, it is my distinct privilege to introduce your commencement speaker. Ralph D. Vega was appointed President and Chief Executive Officer of the newly created AT&T Mobile and Business Solutions Organization in August of this year. He has responsibility for the company's wireless and business services operations, which serve more, listen to this, 116 million mobile customers in the United States and more than 3.5 million business customers in 100 countries globally. In his previous role, Mr. De La Vega was president and CEO of AT&T Mobility, a position he held since 2007. Under his leadership, AT&T Mobility became one of the world's leading smartphone and mobile internet providers and expanded into new growth areas such as connected cars and home security and automation. And during his career, he has held numerous executive positions, including Chief Operating Officer of Singular Wireless and President of Bell South Latin America. As the COO of Singular Wireless, Mr. De La Vega was responsible for the integration of AT&T Wireless and Singular Wireless following the largest all-cash merger in the U.S. history at the time. As president of Bell South Latin America, Mr. De La Vega was responsible for operations in 11 countries. And he's the recipient of numerous awards recognizing his leadership, including right here the induction into the Atlanta Business Hall of Fame and the prestigious Global Innovation Award from the Goizueta Business School at Emory University. Mr. De La Vega has a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering from Florida Atlantic University and a master's degree in business administration from Northern Illinois University. He completed the executive program at the University of Virginia and received a doctor's honoris causa from his alma mater, FAU. He's also the author of a best-selling book, Obstacles Welcome: Turn Adversity to Advantage in Business and Life. This man has an amazing story. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your commencement speaker, Ralph De La Vega.
Thank you, Dr. Becker, for that very kind introduction, and good morning, everyone. I am really honored to address this great class, the 2014 graduating class of Georgia State University. Yeah. You know, I believe that life is a journey, and it really doesn't matter where you start. It only matters where you end and how you deal with the adversities that you face along the way. In fact, I believe that how we handle adversity defines us as a human being. Some of you may have already faced incredible adversity in your lives, but if you haven't, you can count on facing it at some point in the future. For me, adversity started very early in life. Let me tell you about my journey. I was born in Cuba, and after the revolution, my family lived in a constant state of uncertainty and anxiety. The freedom that we had known was gone and replaced with intimidation and confiscation of property. Food distribution was taken over by the government, so my father's business was gone. So my parents made the difficult decision to leave the country, guided by that beacon of hope, freedom, and opportunity that is the United States of America. But before they could leave Cuba, they had to leave every single material possession they had behind. Our home, our savings, everything. But as tough as that decision was, an even more difficult decision awaited the family as we were prepared to fly to the U.S. I was 10 years old at the time. You see, when we got to the Havana airport, the militiaman that looked at our exit papers said 5 words that changed my life and my family's life forever. 5 words that changed my life and my family's life forever. And those 5 words were, only the boy can go. It turns out that only my papers were correct that day. My parents had to make the unimaginable choice to keep the entire family behind until everyone's papers were correct, or to send me to the U.S. by myself. My father made a few calls to friends in Miami and decided to send me ahead. I thought we would be reunited in a few days. I got on that airplane and said goodbye to my parents, and I would not see them again for 4 years. So I found myself in a new country, with a new family, with a new language, with new customs, and without any money. And heck, at the time, I didn't even like American food. The first food I was given in the US was a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And I go, this is the greatest country in the world and there's no meat in here? Those early days without my parents were so difficult that everything since then has been relatively easy in my life. Like Dr. Becker said, merging Singular with AT&T Wireless, which required a $41 billion cash transaction, the largest all-cash merger in US history at the time, I say that's relatively easy. Hard is leaving your country, leaving your family, leaving your language, leaving your customs, and starting over. But you know what? The human spirit is extremely resilient. Although those early years in the US were really difficult for me, there was a bright side. I had landed in the US, the land of opportunity, and I was received by a great family, the Baez family, who treated me like their own son. But as I said here, getting here was not easy. You know, I almost did not make it. In fact, I almost did not become an engineer at all. Back in high school, when I told the career counselor that I wanted to become an engineer, he looked at my records and my financial situation and recommended that I become a mechanic instead. My parents weren't here, so I listened to that counselor, and I actually stopped going to regular high school classes and started to take classes to become a mechanic. But then something magical happened. My grandmother, my abuela, arrived from Cuba and asked me how I was doing. My grandmother was a strong Cuban woman. She had been a teacher, a poet, and raised 7 children. She knew the value of a good education, so when I told her I wanted to become an engineer but was training to be a mechanic instead, her fiery Cuban nature came to life. And I'm not going to translate exactly what she said, but it went something like this: Ralph, what you're doing doesn't make sense. You're telling me you want to become an engineer, but you're training to be a mechanic. Now, there's nothing wrong with being a mechanic. It's just that that was not my dream. My dream was to become an engineer, and she spotted the problem right away. So then she gave me a bit of advice that I have followed the rest of my life. And she said, Ralph, don't let anyone put limitations on what you can achieve. If you want to become an engineer, you can be an engineer. So you know what I did with that counselor's advice? Control, Alt, Delete, and the rest is history. That was an incredible time. So I tell people that this has to be a great country. It has to be a great country, ladies and gentlemen, where a 10-year-old boy can set foot on its shores without his parents, without knowing the language, without knowing the culture, without any money, and is addressing you today as the Chief Executive Officer of AT&T Mobile and Business Solutions. Thank you. An organization with more than 70,000 employees, now more than 118 million wireless customers in the US, and more than 3.5 million business customers in over 100 countries in the planet, and generating more than $100 billion of revenue every year. It is a great country. And not only is it not only is it a great country, I think I'm living proof, like many of you here today, that the American dream is still very much alive. Although America is still a country of limitless opportunities, many today feel like the American dream is getting harder to reach and that the country is more divided than ever. Divided along political lines, divided between economic and ethnic lines, and even between generational lines. However, I believe that your generation has an unprecedented opportunity to continue the tradition that made this country great and to keep that American dream alive for future generations, let me tell you why I'm so optimistic about your generation. You are part of the millennial generation, defined as those born later than 1980. In fact, 86% of you in the graduating class is a member of the millennial generation. You're our country's 14th generation and the largest we've ever had, 80 million strong. And you're the most diverse that we have ever seen. Think just of your graduating class as an example. You represent 82 countries of origin. Amazing. And you're not an exception. You're not an exception. According to the Pew Research Center, between 2040 and 2050, America will become a majority-minority country. And if you're under 20 years of age, you already belong to a cohort where minorities are the majority today. Given that diversity, it's not surprising that your generation is also the most inclusive of ethnic and cultural backgrounds, of lifestyles and views on social issues. Actually, you've been called the civic generation for the way in which you care about issues, for the way in which you foster relationships across boundaries, and for what you've taught us about thriving in a digital social environment. And I think it's that diversity of background coupled with your open and tolerant mind that I think will help unite our nation, blurring the differences that may divide us. I truly believe that your generation will be one of the best and the brightest, and that our best days are still ahead of us. On an individual level, as you begin the next important phase of your life, I want to leave you with the following 3 pieces of advice for you. My first advice is to follow your dreams and follow your passions, but to have a plan for success. Hope is not a good strategy. Embrace and learn how to overcome obstacles because they make you stronger. And don't get discouraged when you fail, because as I mentioned in my story, the human spirit is incredibly resilient. You can't start over again and achieve your dreams. My second piece of advice is to value your diversity. By diversity, I mean your uniqueness. Your diversity, your uniqueness is an advantage. It's not a disadvantage. Just last week, Gary Burnison, who is the Chief Executive Officer of Korn Ferry International, the world's largest executive search firm, had this quote in the Wall Street Journal. He said, "The #1 request we get in the search business is diversity. Diversity in backgrounds, diversity in thoughts, diversity, yes, in gender, diversity, yes, in race, diversity, yes, in terms of cultural upbringing." That's got serious legs. That's a straight quote from the man. And I tell you, I am so much in line with that. So my advice to you is value your diversity, value your uniqueness, honor it, and use it to help you succeed. And my final piece of advice is the same that my grandmother gave me many, many years ago, and which I have followed ever since. Don't let anyone put limitations on what you can achieve, not even yourself. In closing, life is a journey, and it doesn't matter where you start. What matters and what defines you is how you overcome the obstacles that are sure to find you along life's journeys. Today, you've conquered a big milestone, a really big milestone. You are now a Georgia State graduate. Yes. Continue to follow your dreams and your passions, value your uniqueness, and above all, remember, don't let anyone put limitations on what a Georgia State graduate can achieve. I know you're going to make a very positive difference in our world. Thank you very much.
Wow. Well, thank you, Ralph, for those inspiring words. Ralph's a pillar in Atlanta's business and philanthropic communities, and we thank him for being with us today. But we have to thank his grandmother, too. Don't let anyone put limitations on what you can achieve. And your grandmother is still giving, Ralph. Somebody out there, maybe many somebodies out there, are going to draw from that inspiration. You're going to remember this, and you're going to do great things. And we look forward to that. Well, at this time, I'm going to call forward Vice President for Student Affairs, Dr. Douglas Covey, to present the Nell Hamilton Trotter Student Leadership Award. Vice President Covey.
The Nell Hamilton Trotter Student Leadership Award is the institution's highest student leadership honor. Named for Georgia State's first Dean of Women, it recognizes a student who has enjoyed academic success while playing a significant role in campus leadership. This fall's recipient is Nia Omer. Although she was raised in the Atlanta area, Nia holds strongly to her Ethiopian roots. When she arrived on campus in 2011, she participated in the Emerging Leaders Freshman Learning Community, which led to her selection to the lead team. She also mentored first-year students. Later, she became a resident assistant with the Global Living Arabic Living Learning Community, where she worked with residents from around the world. Nia has also served in various organizations, including the Collegiate Entrepreneurs Organization, African Student Association, and Delta Sigma Pi professional business fraternity. She represents the university as a member of the 1913 Society and recently received the Silver Shield Award for her service and dedication to that organization. In addition, Nia works in the Student Advisement Center. Nia has taken her leadership skills to a global level with her volunteer work with the Image Medical Center in her hometown of Harar. Nia graduates today with a degree in managerial sciences. Upon graduation, Nia hopes to work with organizations addressing economic empowerment, women's initiatives, and academic services. She also plans to travel to Ethiopia to volunteer at a medical center. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating our Fall 2014 Nell Hamilton Trotter Student Leadership Award recipient, Nia Omer.
Provost Risa Palm will now present the Kell Award and recognize the class gift contributors. Provost Palm.
The Kell Award is given to the senior who has achieved the highest scholastic average with all coursework taken at Georgia State. Today we will recognize the summer and fall recipients. The summer 2014 Kell recipient is Holly Henson. Holly grew up in Duluth and always knew she wanted to get a business degree from Georgia State. Once on campus, she quickly grew fond of the many programs offered in the Robinson College of Business and decided to major in marketing with a minor in journalism. In 2011, Holly co-founded a nonprofit called Go Outdoors USA. This organization helps protect and preserve national parkland in North Georgia and provides exemplary volunteer opportunities. Holly is the co-owner and marketing director for a small business that provides aerial photography, web, and graphic design for the real estate sector. Upon graduation, Holly plans to take a year off to focus on her company and then pursue a master's degree in business administration right here at Georgia State. Please join me in congratulating our Summer 2012 Kell Award recipient, Holly Henson. This fall's recipient of the Kell Award is Sarah Perez. Sarah could not be with us today, but we will be sure that she gets this award. Congratulations to both Sarah and Holly. Many of you receiving your degrees today have chosen to continue your influence on Georgia State through your class gift. As an indication of this gift, you are wearing a blue tassel. Please stand as we thank you for your generosity.
Thank you. Well, as you can see, some graduates are wearing a gold cord on their gowns. This is a designation for baccalaureate students who have excelled in their studies and who are graduating with honors. Will the honors students wearing gold cords please rise so we can recognize you? Thank you. Well, we're getting dangerously close to the real moment. I now ask Provost Palm to return to the lectern to present the candidates for the various degrees.
Will the candidates for all degrees please rise? Mr. President, upon authority of the faculties and deans of the various colleges of the university, I have the honor to present to you these degree candidates. Each academics dean has certified that these candidates who stand before me and others who are not present have completed all requirements for degrees outlined by the university, the Board of Regents, and the laws of the state of Georgia. The candidates are now ready for the conferral of their degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University System of Georgia, I hereby confer upon you and each of you the degree described in the official records of these commencement proceedings, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. To symbolize the completion of your degree, will each bachelor's graduate please move your tassel from the right to the left. On behalf of the faculty and the administration of Georgia State University, we extend our most sincere congratulations. Let's hear it for these recent new graduates. Now, if you would please be seated, request that Provost Palm return to the lectern to present the colleges for recognition.
Will the bachelor's degree candidates from the Andrew Young School of Policy Studies please stand to be recognized? Thank you. Will the bachelor's degree candidates from the Burdine F. Lewis School of Nursing and Health Professions please stand to be recognized? Thank you. Will the bachelor's degree candidates from the College of Arts and Sciences please stand to be recognized? Thank you. Will the bachelor's degree candidates from the College of Education please stand to be recognized? Thank you. Will the bachelor's degree candidates from the J. Mac Robinson College of Business please stand to be recognized? Thank you. Now will the bachelor's candidates who are also part of the Honors College please stand to be recognized? Thank you. Will the master's degree candidates from the Andrew Young School of Policy Studies please stand to be recognized? Will the master's degree candidates from the Burdine F. Lewis School of Nursing and Health Professions please stand to be recognized? Thank you. Will the master's degree candidates from the College of Arts and Sciences please stand to be recognized? Thank you. Will the master's degree candidates from the College of Education please stand to be recognized? Thank you. Will the master's degree candidates from the School of Public Health please stand to be recognized? Will the master's degree candidates from the J. Mac Robinson College of Business please stand to be recognized? Thank you. Will the Doctor of Physical Therapy degree candidates please stand to be recognized? Will the Executive Doctorate in Business degree candidates please stand to be recognized? Thank you and congratulations to all of our degree candidates.
Graduates, today you join the ranks of nearly 185,000 successful Georgia State alumni. Now, we're proud of their accomplishments, and we look forward to your future achievements. During your time at Georgia State, you have excelled in the classroom, and you've been part of a great university in the heart of an exciting city. You have much to be proud of. But I think, and we all know, you had some help along the way, just like Ralph de la Vega had his grandmother. So now it's important that we take a moment to recognize some very special people in attendance today. First, I ask that the parents of the graduates please rise so that we can thank you for your support and encouragement. Now, will the spouses and partners of the graduates please stand for our thanks? Next, let's thank the children and grandchildren of the graduates. Finally, will the grandparents, the great-grandparents, the brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, in-laws, cousins, friends, and anyone else who supported these students. We thank all of you for supporting these graduates and getting them to this momentous day. And some of them are very excited for you. Well, these commencement exercises require a great deal of time, preparation, and effort. And I want to extend my appreciation to the Commencement Council, members of the University Senate Commencement Committee, the University Registrar's Office, the School of Music, our Information Systems and Technology Division, the Atlanta Pipe Band, and the staff, alumni, and student volunteers, as well as our university police and facilities staff, and the university faculty marshals. Thank you so much for helping make this ceremony possible. Now, to all those family members that help support these graduates, you get one more chance of this. Let's see just how loud you can make it to congratulate these graduates. I think they did okay. What do you think? Okay. Okay. Well, in closing, I want to extend my personal congratulations and best wishes to each and every one of our graduates. May you achieve success and happiness in your endeavors. Please return often and keep Georgia State a part of your life. We are proud of you, and you should graduate knowing the entire Georgia State University community is and always will be working tirelessly to increase the value of your degree by striving for the highest levels of excellence in education, research, scholarship, and academic outreach. Congratulations and Godspeed.
At this time, Shayla Whitehead from the Georgia State University School of Music will lead us in singing the alma mater, which is printed on page 33 of your program. Please rise and remain standing until the platform party recessional is complete.
We have